Attachment and aversion dwell in the senses. One should not fall under their power. They are the real obstacles. Let's reflect on that. We're constantly pulled by what we like and pushed away by what we dislike. But freedom begins when we stop being ruled by our cravings and fears. Krishna says, better to fail in your own dharma than to succeed in another's. Following someone else's path is dangerous. In other words, you have your unique journey, your purpose, your lesson. No matter how hard, walking your own path is always better than copying another's. Now Arjuna asks the great question, O Krishna, what force compels a person to sin, even against their own will, as if driven by force? This is the question we all ask at some point. Why do we do what we know we shouldn't? Krishna answers softly. It is desire, it is anger born of passion, a great devourer, a great sinner. Know this to be the enemy. Think about this. The true enemy isn't outside, it's that burning craving within, lust, greed, uncontrolled wanting. It clouds the mind and devours peace. Krishna says, as fire is covered by smoke, a mirror by dust, and the embryo by the womb, so is wisdom covered by desire. Let's reflect on that. The truth is already within us, but it's hidden, buried beneath the layers of wanting and impulse. We must clear the fog to see clearly. Krishna says, this eternal enemy, desire, hides in the senses, mind, and intellect. It confuses and deludes the soul. Think about this. Desire is sneaky. It hides in every corner of your being. It wears many masks and whispers lies. But knowing its hiding places is the first step to overcoming it. Krishna says, therefore, O Arjuna, control the senses first. Destroy this sinful force that obstructs wisdom and realization. In other words, discipline begins with the senses. If we can master what we take in, what we see, hear, and crave, we start reclaiming our power. Krishna says, control desire through reason and rise above the senses and mind. Establish yourself in the self. Here's what that really means for us. You are not your senses, not your mind, not your impulses. You are the witnessing presence behind it all. Connect to that. Krishna says, the senses are powerful, but the mind is stronger. Stronger than the mind is the intellect, and the self is beyond even the intellect. Knowing this, steady yourself and slay the enemy, desire, with the sword of knowledge. Krishna is showing us a ladder inward, from the senses to the self, and he reminds us, the enemy, desire, hides deep within. It disguises itself as ambition, pleasure, craving, or even love. But when it controls us, it leads to suffering. So what do? We don't fight it with force. We fight it with clarity, with understanding, with the sword of knowledge. When we know who we truly are, desire loses its grip. We become free. In next part, we explore the inner enemy, the force that corrupts even the wise, and how to rise above it. Until then, act in awareness, act in balance, act with love. If this journey spoke to your soul, like, share, and subscribe to Growth Craft for Life.